What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today we have to talk about a little bug, or well, not really a little bug, a big bug that Iker and myself found yesterday while we were checking on other things for TussiBot. By the way, shout out to TussiBot at this point. If you don't know it yet, you can find it on my server. If you want to support Iker, you can also get the Tussi subscription, Tussi Lago bot subscription. She puts an awful lot of work into there, and well, at this point, this is like the best source of stats and information on Isle Heroes you can find. Like in there, you can find all of the enemy stats for nearly every single game mode, Star Expedition, every single wave, and so on. Like everything you can find in there. She even put in Sealand enemies with all of the abilities, put really so much work in there. It's really insane, and I'm always impressed when I see a new feature coming up. Like right now, I know she's working on some stuff for Soul Perfection, like the upgrades between the tiers. If you want to go from minus to A, you will find the information to see about how many heroes you need from that, how many heroes you need to go from one stage to other, and so on. So definitely make sure you check that out. That being said, we were talking about this video I made, and this is the first video I made on Soul Perfection. I made two now, this was the first one, and in this video, if you haven't watched it, I upgrade a DTV just to show how the new feature looks, how it works, and to show the screen when you upgrade a hero and what you can expect from it. So first of all, what can you see on the screen? This is the first scene from this video I wanted to show you guys. This will not be like a reaction or something, that would be weird. Reacting to my own content though, kind of a good idea. Like I would save a lot of time doing that. Nah, come on, let's be serious, because that is like a really awful bug, and I hope you guys don't get hit by it. On the screen you can see me using a B copy of Vulcan to upgrade my DTV. A B copy in general gives you 28 merging progress, and because we have the same copy here, and you can see the up with a little arrow to the top, that says it's the same hero copy. It is a Vulcan, we upgraded DTV, so it's the same base hero, and that means we get a 10% bonus. So smart ones around you already noticed that there is a little problem with that, because 28 plus 10%, that's 30.8. That's not 31. And what now happens basically is we upgrade it, and for a second I noticed that it's strange. And then later on we do the same, and then I really start to notice. So 31, how much do we get? Let's see. I think I take my time here, so we probably have to go forward a little bit. Let's see how much we get. We can skip the moment, that's not really a problem. There we click it, and what we get 30. Well, that's not 30.1. Well, at this point you could think, okay, maybe it's 30.8 and they don't show you that there is another digit. Well, let's jump to the next example and let's see if that is really the case, because we certainly do some more upgrades. Next thing you can see is like I select a single Vulcan, put that in there. Now we have 4 in there, and well, those are going to be some more. So let's observe this one for a second. Now we have 6 Vulcans in there. This, the progress is still at 30. Game tells us it will apply 185. So how do they get to that value of 185? You could think like, okay, it's 6 times 31, but no, that's 186. So what is it really? Well, the thing is, what the game does is it says it's okay, 6 times 30.8, which is 184.8. And then it says, okay, 184.8, that's not quite a full number, as the closest full number is 185, so it shows you 185, despite that not being correct. Okay, 185. I'm pretty curious to see if that is the right amount that is applied. Because if that's 185 and we already have 30, then we should end up on 215. Let's see. By the way, 215 is already a lot. This is really a lot. Let's scroll forward a little bit, and bam, we are on 210, not on 215. What is the reason now for that? Well, now let me explain to you what this bug really does. Because if we were on 30.8 and we got 184.8, well, that would still be more, wouldn't it? That would have still been higher than that. That would have been actually above 215, even 215.6 or something. Now, what really happens is the following. The game calculates basically every single Vulcan here at the same time. We already saw that the 185 number is a result of the calculation of 30.8 times 6, and then round it up to the or round it to the next number, which is 185 at this point. But what then happens when you apply the merging progress is the game says, okay, well, this Vulcan, that's 30.8. 13.8, that's not quite 31. So what I do apply is 30. It just cuts those last numbers away. Despite it being closer to 31 than to 30, it says it's not quite 31, so it is 30. The number below that cuts those 0.8 away, gives you 30. And it does that separately for every single one of those slots. So it cuts 6 times 0.8, which is 4.8 that we lose here. And we already lost like 0.8 on the first one. Now we lose another 6 times 0.8. We lost 7 times 0.8 on this single copy alone, which is 5.6. And we continue to lose more. We are at 210 out of 420. Remember that I continue to upgrade this till the end, and we end up losing about a B- worth of stats. Just a B- copy worth of stats, which is about 200 starry gems. That's not a small amount at all. So looking back into the game, let's take a closer look at how this bug comes into existence. It can't really exist on a whole lot here. As we saw, we have to have decimal numbers after that, and most of those don't. Like if you see a 0 on the last digit, then, well, if you apply 10% to that it won't be a problem at all. And most of those have that. Really, the only 2 that don't have that, well, 4 really, are those. B and B+. For bonus merging, though, there is the nice upside. Bonus merging is basically basic merging plus bonus merging, so 8 plus 2, that equals out to 0. And that, of course, well, solves the problem. So really, this bug only exists for basic merging of B and B+ copies. And then you need to apply the 10% bonus. So basic and merging of B and B+ copies of the same hero. Which means it's not really a whole lot, but it can happen quite often. And going for this 10% same hero bonus can be very interesting. It can be a good thing if you really want to. It means 10% is quite nice. So another example for that, we have like a Vessar here. Basic merging, by the way, is only when you use a copy that has a lower awakening tier than the hero you upgrade. So like for an A+, A and below. If you were to use an A+, that would be bonus merging. So bonus merging is basically the value of basic merging plus the bonus merging would gain 50. But if you want to just gain this value at the front, we would need to use like a copy that is lower tier. Conveniently, we have that. We have a B+ Vessar. So how much should that apply? B+ in general, 68 plus 10%, if we calculate that. 10%, 68 plus 6.8, that is 74.8. Okay, 74.8 from what we just learned should show up above here as 75. And as we see, it does. It does show up as 75. So we have the same situation we saw in the video here. And what is the problem with that? Well, the problem with all of that is a lot of people actually got B copies and bought B copies for this upgrade because people thought B copies would be good, which is not the case, by the way. I said a little bit about it in this video, but you want to make sure that if you upgrade something, you get bonus merging. So only upgrade a B+ with a B+ or higher copy. Only upgrade A- with an A- or higher copy. Everything else loses you a ton of money, which still doesn't make the system good. But beyond that, a lot of people got B copies and want to use those B copies to upgrade their heroes, so they run into this bug. If you now have B or B+ copy that get this 10% bonus because they are like a Vessar and you upgrade Ferroking Vessar, or they are like an Aspen and you upgrade LFA, make sure you wait before using them. Make sure you wait for the age to fix this bug, because otherwise every single B copy will lose a bit of value. Not the biggest amount, like, well, still a pretty fair amount. 0.8 is not a small number. If you get 30, losing 0.8 still hurts. It's a small percentage, but it adds up. And if you want to go to 1200 with B copies, well, it certainly does add up. So, with that being said, just wanted to make you guys aware of this. I hope you can work around with this bug. I already reported it to the Age. I hope they fix it soon. Didn't get an answer from support yet, but we will see about that. So, in any way, I thank you guys for watching the video, and we will see us in the next one.